Tim Berners-Lee inventing HTML and the World Wide Web in 1989 was a turning point in history and changed our daily lives forever. On June 18th, 1955, a young Tim Berners-Lee was born in London. Tim's family has a history with computers, as his computers, Mary Lee Woods and Conway Berners-Lee, worked with the very first commercial computer, the Ferranti Mark I. A young Tim was very interested in trains, and he had learned a lot about electronics by building gadgets to control his model railway. He attended Sheen Mount Primary School, then spent 4 years at a manual school. He then moved to Oxford University, where he made his first computer out of an old television set, soldering iron, TTL gates, and an M6 800 processor. He graduated with a first-class degree in physics in 1976. After graduation, Berners-Lee moved on to work at Plessey Telecommunications Ltd., a UK telecom equipment manufacturer. In 1978, he left Plessey to work for DG Nash Ltd., where he built a multitasking OS through June to December 1980. He worked as consultant software engineer at CERN, where he made a program called Enquire that formed the concept of the World Wide Web. Then he went to John Pulse Image Computer Systems Ltd., where he worked for some time before accepting a fellowship at CERN in 1984. While at CERN in 1989, he would code the first ever website along with specifications for URI, HTTP, and HTML. You can still visit the first website, info.cern.ch. After the release of the World Wide Web and HTML, soon people were making their own websites about other things such as business and hobbies. As these websites kept appearing, the World Wide Web kept getting bigger and better. Along with the World Wide Web itself was getting improved with things like HTTPS, HTTP Secure, CSS used to style websites, and HTML 2, 3, 4, and 5 to improve on HTML. Suddenly, websites reused all sorts of things and ultimately revolutionized some of those things. For example, communication. With the World Wide Web giving people the ability to make their own website, several message board sites were created for people to talk about all sorts of things. Eventually, there were specific sites for specific topics. Message boards eventually died out in favor of social media, similar to message board, but with less of a focus on anonymity and more of a focus on a profile about yourself. These characteristics help social media overpower message boards, as a profile felt more personal to the user than an anonymous chat board. These systems started to change the way people communicated, from formal conversations to quick, straight-to-the-point conversations. Along with changes in communication, so came changes in the fields of education and research. Things such as online encyclopedias and school programs utilizing websites to their advantage, instead of having to look through books to do research, now you could search websites and have several options at the tip of your fingers. Schools also benefit from the World Wide Web by being able to direct students to reliable sources quicker and easier. These sources may have helpful accessibility options for students that you can't have on paper copy. Overall, the World Wide Web changed the way we communicate, access information, and much more. The invention and conception of the World Wide Web was a turning point in history due to the massive changes it made not only in technologies but in our lives. These reasons are why I say the invention of the World Wide Web was a turning point in history.